Hey everybody, John Sadeh here. I hope you're doing great. Hope you had a great weekend. We're starting our second week here in December, and I wanted to take a moment to discuss this thought that's been kind of rolling around, and the message has been coming up recently, and I think that it's going to just be really important for everybody to think about. And that's this: we're in this season of giving and checking in our own sense of generosity. Now, generosity is something I think if you ask most people, are you a generous person? Would you like to be more generous? Most people would say, yeah, but I wish I could do more. As a general rule of thumb, I think most people would say that. But that's usually where it stops. And I've helped thousands of people with their finances over the years. We've looked deep into both, not only just business owners that I work with, but I've worked with hundreds of families through. I've done this through financial stewardship through my church. I've done this thing through businesses. I've done it when we own our mortgage company. Thousands of people, helping them identify what they could really afford, not what the banks said they could afford, because that answer is always too much. And so we'd always try to help people find out what can you afford without sacrificing the things that really matter most in your life, the things that are truly most valuable. My passion with New Path Business Advisors and everything that I've ever done with the mortgage company we've done here has always been to help people live a high value life. It doesn't necessarily mean to be high cost. Many times, if it's a very high cost, especially as a high percentage of your income, the value of your life is significantly decreased. And there's a lot of negative impacts from that. And what at the stem of a lot of that is what I've been stirring around recently, and part of the reason for this video, is to talk about somewhere along the way, we have swapped the term want and need. You'll ask people a lot of times, I need a vacation. I need a new job. I need a new car. I need new clothes. I need. But the reality of most of those situations is that person wants a new car. They don't need it. They might need new transportation, but they may not need a new car. And when they do buy a new car, why did you buy that car? Now, I've been very open about this in the past, that I call myself a recovering imageaholic from my 20s, where the outside perception of John was more important than the inside hole that I was trying to fill through all these other people's opinions, material possessions, stuff like that. I dealt with that in my 20s. And if I had to be 100% transparent, that's still there a little bit. It's still there a little bit. And I think we all deal with that to some degree. Other people's opinions tend to matter too much in our lives. But this season right now, where there's all this stuff, this Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Taco Tuesday, whatever you want to call them, there's so many things for us to go out and spend money, because if you buy this thing, this gadget, this emblem, this logo, this whatever, then you'll be happy, you'll be more content, and yet it's almost the exact opposite. Businesses do this a lot of time. Hey, we're going to do this proper branding. We're going to do this marketing campaign with a proper branding strategy, and all that's important. But you know what they try to do? They lose their unique value proposition of who they really are at the core. When we work so hard to try to present an image that isn't 100% authentic, and you're not being transparent on who you really are. First of all, people, organizations, clients, everyone figures that out. They all figure that out at some point. And you're not able to, and you never really get that critical mass of value and blessings in your life sometimes, because we're not being 100% truthful with who we are and what we're trying to present to the world. And I can go deeper on this, but I want to kind of bring it back to, it starts with, do you spend time focusing on what you're thankful for? The blessings you already have in your life. If we did that, I think every one of us, and I'm going to challenge you by the end of this short chat to do this, is to reflect on all the things that we actually have in our life, all the blessings that we have, all the opportunities that have come our way, the family, the friends, the resources, the things that we already have that we're so thankful for. Some more than others, certainly. Some truly don't have really anyone there for them. And we should be able to, maybe we can be, if we're blessed, we can be a blessing to others. If we have additional resources, instead of spending them on stuff that means nothing, that within days, weeks, or even hours later we've already forgotten about, we've discarded, invest that into someone else. Help them. So one of the things that really triggered this today was, as I was reflecting over this with some messages from church and different things. But then I got this in the mail. This is my child sponsorship status report from my sponsor child, John, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. If you've heard of the DRC, you've probably not heard great things. It's one of the most war-torn, poverty-stricken, and even violent areas in the world, probably on the planet right now. And there's some amazing people there, but mass corruption, very heavily resourced country, but again, huge discrepancy between classes and the have and the have-nots. And World Vision has done an amazing job in communities like this all over the world. And I've been fortunate to be involved with them for over 25, almost 30 years, and seeing the things that they've done and the lives they've changed through education, through breaking the chain of poverty, not just financially, but also mentally, which is so much more important even. Helping them lift them up through education and training and development so they can lift themselves out of poverty, because, you know, regulation without education never works. It's got to be education. So what they've done is, and they shared the status update on some things, but when they were sharing their successes, it was so stark contrast to what we think, what it takes for us to get excited about what we celebrate. You know, we celebrate getting a huge bonus, or, you know, something really, really big, and quite frankly, in many cases, is consequential. Yet when they're celebrating things like, hey, we celebrated that, I'll read one of these statistics, that, here it is, that this past year, 100% of all malnourished children under the age of 5 made a full recovery because they were able to attend their program, get, you know, nutrition and information to prevent childhood death. I mean, that's a statistic that they're celebrating. We don't even think of things like that. 100% of teachers learn new ways to teach children to read so they can help more girls and boys learn to read and write and not be victims of oppression, child sex trafficking, and things like that. Do you know that in the DRC versus the United States, that 76.6%, I want you to hear this again, 76.6% of all their citizens make less than $1.90 a day. Yeah, listen to that again. 3/4 of their country makes less than $1, less than $2 a day. Many of you, if you're listening to this today, have probably spent more than that on your coffee, your drink, your snack, whatever it is, just on what you ate this morning. Sometimes, some of you might have spent 3 to 4 times that. So, do we need more in America? Probably not in most cases. There are some that certainly do. Could you be a light to some darkness in the world by maybe saving some of that? If you're going to work hard and have some success, as you're setting your goals for this next year, for your business, for your family, for your own world, what percentage of that could be towards giving and uplifting and educating and empowering others? That's what I want you to think about this week. So start with assessment of, here's what's going well in my life. Here's the things I'm thankful for. Here's the opportunities I have. What could I do to impact others? Here's who I made a difference. There might be a big discrepancy. Maybe some of you are amazing at this, and I don't want to take away from that, but you might have noticed that the majority of your time is spent with yourself and your own personal gain than little, if anything, to other people. Maybe just add a few percent next year to helping empower and equip others through your time, your talents, and your treasures. I challenge you to do that, because you want to make a change in this world. We want to get away from other people telling us what to do. Be that to other people. Lead ourselves so we can help lead others. And man, we can literally change the world. So I hope, I just throw that out to you. You can tell I'm passionate about it. I just felt the need to send this out here today. And if for any reason this video offends you or bothers you in some way, boy, I guess I'd ask you to kind of look inside to find out why that is. And maybe reevaluate and listen to this again, and maybe challenge yourself to think about, boy, what is it with me I need to kind of right size in my own heart if this message of generosity is bothering you. But if it isn't, and it motivates you, which I hope it does, go out and make a difference. Start with where you're at. Look at how you can add more value to your family, to your friends, to your team, to your company, to your community, to your church, to your synagogue, your place of worship, wherever it is that you serve more. And boy, I look forward to hearing some of the stories. And if you have some of those, boy, do me a favor, comment below. Share with me some of the things that, stories of how you have served others and lives that you changed. Let's get that messaging out there. I would love to hear it. And I promise to do some more of that myself. So everybody, have a great week. Make a difference in your life so you can make a difference in others. And we will talk to you soon. bless.